What's up, my people? Another day. I have got a delivery of returns, which I've never done. So this will be something different to Peterborough. Delivery collection. So I can see what we've got to return. Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff going on. This is the first day back to work, like the official day back to work. Obviously after the bank holiday Monday that we had, this is Tuesday. So the 7th, is it? If I'm not mistaken. Yes. So yesterday was the 5th. No, the 6th, which was a bank holiday Monday. So yeah, everything should be back to normal regarding work and stuff, etc. For today. So yeah, there's a lot going on. That's the reason why I'm not as lively. There's a lot going back and forth around the depot. Normally the first day back is normally the busiest, isn't it? This from my experience. But yeah, for those people that are trying to be a bit more health conscious, if you're in a regular Scania or you know what vehicle you're going to be in, depending on where you work, most Scanias have fridges, if you want to call it, refrigerators. So you got like this here. Some of them are not clean, man. Like this is like, believe it or not, this is decent. But there's my water there. But yeah, just make sure you, as a driver, I suggest carrying wipes. And most depots, or some depots, have like wipes and stuff. So you can just wipe it down and stuff like that. Which I recommend having something on you. Alright man, I'm gonna call it quits and get back to you in a bit. See you in a bit. Peace. Okay my people, so we're gonna have a quick look at the back and show you some cans, because I can't remember if I showed you any on camera. I know it's definitely not been on the channel. So this is more of an older school trailer, which I do prefer these actually compared to these. You see these, in my opinion, these get stuck and they pop out. But these, well, they don't get stuck really, except from obviously around here, but they don't pop out. There's no way really that these can pop out like them ones do over there. So I do prefer the older model. I think that's the older model. Yeah, I'm assuming it's the older model. I'm trying to do things with one hand. Let's see if I can actually put this here. Oh, here we go. Perfect. So we're going to open up the back. Look, see some cans. These are returns, so I don't know if they're damaged or something. I know. Literally just pallets. So as you can see, it's just pallets. So yeah, this will go to the other side, I think, of the warehouse when I get there. But lucky for you, where you're stuck on, if I turn it around, there's some cans there. So these are the way the cans are stacked. And they're empty, so they don't weigh anything. So yeah, I'll put you over here. Let me shut the door. But yeah, that's the way the cans are stacked. And obviously these are the pallets. They're the pallets, obviously. So someone's obviously, I don't know where this has come from. I'm assuming from another site. We're transporting the pallets back to their site that hold the cans. So this is my first time doing and delivering this to the site I'm going to. As I said before, I normally just collect cans. So I normally collect in cans like this. So yeah. Peace.
Paperwork, mate. Just stick it directly in line with the other one in front of it. Just make sure there's enough room so you can get the cab in case he comes round to pick it up. So I don't know whether you'll come and collect.
Oh, okay, I'm dropping it. I'm dropping this.
No,
No, what do you mean?
Just put it in front of the maritime one, but leave him enough room.
Yeah. Oh, to go behind it?
So he can collect it if he needs to.
Okay, I got
You're
you.
parking in front, this side.
Yeah, I got you. Sorry, I thought you meant to be cut. Sorry, yeah.
So I'm going to put the pallets over there.
Okay, alright.
Okay, mate.
Cheers. Up everybody, got the flashlight out. I just wanted to show you guys a quick thing that might help new drivers out, because it just happened and a good teachable point. So sometimes underneath here, when you're going to reverse, and it's happened a couple of times where you go underneath and you try and couple up, you lift up the wheels, but you reverse back and it doesn't seem to couple up correctly. You don't, because obviously you've got a hitch to this fifth wheel. You've got to hitch up basically, couple up, and sometimes the wheels, the legs, sorry, are up too high, so the trailer is really high. So I suggest going underneath it, but not all the way. Lift the suspension up as high as you can. You can even put down this wheel here. But what I just done, the wheel was up obviously. I stayed there, went forward a little bit, not much, just so I can see what's going on underneath. And then obviously I was up as high as I can. And then I went over to this side and just wound the wheels. Wow, put the wheels up, put the legs up, wind it up. Not all the way up, but like that's after I went back in and lifted the hydraulics, whatever you want to call it. But it was a bit lower. But you don't lift it all the way up, you lift it a bit up because you want this to rest on that, if you get me. And then once you get in the cab, you can press the button to lift the hydraulics up, and then reverse back. That's what I did. I'm sure, I don't know if that's the correct way. That some people are going to say, you know, this is the correct way of doing something. That's not allowed. This is allowed. And all this arguing. This is the way I do it. And if you want to do it, you can. If you don't, and you want to go to someone that's going to tell you something else or show you, if so called, a proper way, then do so. But I just thought I'd show you this. It's a nice teaching point, or a useful tip, whatever you want to call it. There's many ways to skin a cat, as they say, and I would say, sorry, I'm trying to not shine the light in right at the lens, but yeah, there's many ways to skin a cat, as they say, and this is one of them, one of my ways. So yeah, this is my second run because I started late today, got the keys late, so I'm going back to Peterborough to collect one more, and then I'm coming back here, and then I'm done. I think they were trying to send me to like I think it's Wakefield or somewhere. I was thinking, no fucking way am I going there at this time. It's like 9, nearly 10 o'clock. No way. Yeah, I just thought I mentioned that, and I'll get this on video. So I might have not explained it correctly, but basically when you're coupling up, just remember, if the wheels are down too high and you can't couple up to this, you can see, which is the 5th wheel, or near the 5th wheel, you got a little pin at the bottom. See if I can see it here. That's the thing that you got to hitch up to. If you're struggling with that, it's usually to do with the wheels are wound too high on the trailer. So you've got to wind the wheels, lift this up basically. You're lifting this up so it rests on your body, your unit. So then you can reverse and hit that pin right there. If you can see that, that's what you want to hit as you're reversing back. And then it will make a clunking sound, a loud clunking sound. That's what you will hear. You know the sound. And then you do I do 2 shunts forward and 1 shunt back. And then when you get out, I suggest the first thing you do, well, they're going to tell you to do something else, some training, but the first thing I do is put this clip on. But I'm sure that's not the proper procedure of black, so I don't want to teach anyone bad behavior, but to me the most important thing is that being on, man, in my opinion. Because if nothing else, if as long as you're hitched up and you do 2 shunts forward and that clip is on, there's nothing bad that can happen after that, in my opinion. From lorry driving, what bad can happen? You get in the cab and you go forward, okay? You get in the cab and go forward, and you haven't released the brake, okay? You ain't going nowhere. No, nothing bad's gonna happen. You're just gonna put your brake down and accelerate, and what's gonna happen? You're not gonna go anywhere. So that's the worst thing that's gonna happen. Then you just get out of the cab and fucking press the brake to release the trailer brake. You push it in to release it. What else can happen? So in my opinion, the black procedure, I'm not gonna lie, after a certain amount of years of doing it, I'm trying to put you down somewhere. After a certain amount of years of doing this, I do believe that you need to follow a procedure. But when you get to when you get to a certain level and you're used to doing stuff and you don't really have anyone at the back of your neck, you start to do stuff slightly different, in my opinion. That helps you remember important stuff when coupling and uncoupling. After so many years, I know black like the back of my hand, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, okay, I suggest not doing it my way, but my way prevents me from not having any accidents. Majority of the time I do it the correct way, but I'm talking about when I fuck up. Like when I went on underneath to do to reverse to try and couple up, that's a mistake, not a driver's mistake, a combination, because the wheels were the trailer was up too high. It was like that. As I'm going underneath, obviously I pulled up my hydraulics and it's not high enough, so I had to lower the wheels down. So it's not really a driver error, but when that does happen, in my eyes, to remember and make sure that nothing bad doesn't happen, I'll put the clip on. After I've done my 2 shunts forward and 1 shunt back, I put the clip on. It's just so anything bad doesn't happen. And it's like, yeah, a mental thing. Yo, even if I get in the cab now, release the handbrake in the unit and drive forward, the worst that can happen is that it won't go forward. So all I would do is get out the cab, as I repeat, and press the brake to release the trailer. There's nothing else that can happen except from, okay, legs. Why not winding up the legs? Okay, you would hear that as soon as you pull off, you would hear noise. Or you would see it. That's all I can say. Okay, that's the worst thing, I guess. Okay, the worst of the worst is that your legs is not wound or pulled away, if you want to go that far. But normally that's not the case. But yeah, that's just my thoughts about it. I'm sure someone's going to say something and say, no, not do this, do that, blah, blah, blah. And if they want to, you want to listen to them, go for it. But that's what I do when there's a driver error that happens. That's all. But normally, when I couple it up, obviously I do the correct black procedure. But yeah, I just thought I'd mention that anyway, even though I made it a small story long. See you in a bit.